guys entertained as best I can while I'm just here by my lonesome. All right, but the second half of battles. Hayden Winter and Sara Larsson. Hayden Winter out front, Sara Larsson giving chase, and already a huge gap established out of the gate as Hayden Winter flies to this second outside zone. Sara's doing her best to catch up and regain that proximity as she starts to do here as they transition. And look at that, coming right close, touching the rear quarter panel of Hayden Winter, showing him, hey, I'm still in this fight, as they transition again and start going deep into the outside zone and across that line. Look at that. The gap he thought he had established right out of the gate gets right on the white line. Could have went higher up on the rumbles into the wall, but plays it a little safe, and thinking that he's almost taken Sara to Gapplebee's definitely changes right here. Sara gets on it, gets him on the transition, and boom, right to his door. Now the fight really begins on the last 3 clips, and there she is, all over Hayden Winter as they transition and finish out the battle. Alrighty, so here we go. Sara Larsson out front to give her lead, and Hayden Winter giving chase. Yes, I know, he magically changed cars. He did not. Just had a little reconnection that put him into a yellow one instead of a pink one. But look at that initiation from Sara into these first 3 clips. Beautiful job by both of these guys. Look at the proximity from Hayden. Hayden's right with her the whole way around. One more. Here we go. 3 clips left. Hayden's not letting up. He knows he has to be aggressive and way closer on the finish than Sara was on her chase run. Let's take another look at that as we go around. Here they come. Sara Larsson out front, Hayden Winter giving chase. They're going to initiate in. Sara nice and up on those rumble strips. Down they come, but look at that proximity right out of the gate. Hayden Winter knows he has to be aggressive in this due to the proximity that she did gain in the last battle. But he is there. He's all over her door, showing her, I ain't going nowhere. Sara's doing a great job out front as well to make sure she's hitting all those zones, and across the line they come. Out here as we move on to our next battle now. Hayden Winter and Zack O'Sullivan, 2 Nissan 1 drivers that know how to drive them hard. And off they go. Hayden Winter out front in the yellow 1 Zack O'Sullivan in the red 1 Hayden Winter not getting as high up on that curb as the judges would probably want him to see, but filling out the zone. But look at Zack O'Sullivan right on his door, going tire to tire with him as they transition back to the halfway point. But look at the lead line that Hayden Winter is laying down here. Very nicely done. Little bit of a cone punt from Zack O'Sullivan, but a weird mishap there at the end where Hayden Winter goes offline. That almost looked like Zack O'Sullivan didn't leave him enough time to transition and sends him off course. Let's take a look at that hit. We see them come in off the initiation. Hayden Winter doing a great job. Fills the zone almost completely. Transitions back, but then there's the push from Zack O'Sullivan as he is right there all over him. Nice flick into this halfway inside clip. And then it's right here, this transition where it all goes wrong. And yeah, Zack O'Sullivan doesn't leave him enough room to transition, causing him to go off course. Winter is coming. Yes, it is. As we have them flipped around now and ready to go. Zack O'Sullivan out front and Hayden Winter giving chase. Zack Zack O'Sullivan already making quick work of the first and second outside zones. They transition back around. But look at the proximity from Hayden. You could almost mirror these runs side by side as they come into this halfway point clip. Wow, look at that transition right on the bumper. Hayden Winter's here for a win, and he ain't letting go as they come across that line. Hayden Winter knowing what he had to get done as we take a look back at it. Here we go, Zack O'Sullivan out front. Zack O'Sullivan initiates a look at that, nice and up on the rumble strips. A little bit of a line cut from Hayden Winter to keep the proximity, but as they transition, Hayden's right there and mimicking exactly what Zack O'Sullivan did in his chase. They transition again, and now the big push comes from Hayden Winter as Winter just surges onto the door, lets off. Now watch this transition right there as it's bumper to bumper and right across the line.
All right, guys. So we've got Hayden versus Zack putting on a show for everybody. We got Zack taking chase and really putting on the pressure, and Hayden, who's laying down a super awesome run in the lead. Unfortunately, the deciding factor comes down to that last clip where Zack makes contact with Hayden. So it's one clip before the last one where Zack doesn't give. He's missing maybe an inch of space for Hayden to be able to transition.
Waronen. This is definitely going to be a battle to see, as both these guys have been around for quite a while in the BSDC. And I'm sure they're about to put us on a show. Hayden Winter out front. Joona Waronen giving chase. 2 yellow cars, 2 different drivers. Here they go. Missing out on that clip and going really deep inside is Hayden Winter. Not reaching out to that second inside zone as they're going to switch back around. And there's the proximity gain from Joona Waronen as they transition back. And look at that proximity as Hayden's just trying to do everything to shake him off, but he can't, as they transition one last time and get through these last 2 clips. And look at that proximity all the way through to the end. Joona just putting on the pressure on Hayden Winter. Hayden Winter gets off to a bad start by going way too far inside, missing out on that outside zone. And then right off the transition, Joona uses every little inch to his advantage just to keep that insane proximity. And it doesn't change. He keeps the same amount, left, right, left, right. And there it is again. It's just right on the door of Hayden Winter the whole way through, all the way to that finish. Okay, that was kind of funny, JJ. I'm not gonna lie. The bees are on track. It does sound like a can of bees, and that's why I love it so much. The BRZ is my favorite car out of the pack, for those who are wondering. Fun facts about Tanner today. Joona Waronen now in the lead lane. Hayden Winter ready to give chase. Hayden Winter's really got to bring the fire in this chase run to make sure that he can hopefully secure his spot in the top 4. And off they go. Nice onto the rumble strip was Joona, but look at that. The proximity from Hayden going wheel to wheel as they came in to that long sweeper. And there it is again. No contact, beautifully done. Look at that go. Joona doing a great job out front, but Hayden not letting up an inch, if not even closer than Joona was on his run. Look at this as we see them initiate in. Joona gets up on those rumble strips, but look at Hayden Winter right here. Gets right on the door, transitions with them, and now they even touch wheels a little bit as he backs off just a tad to give him room for the transition, but then right back on him as they come into the halfway point around this course. They get off again, back on him as they come into the last 3 clips of this section. And across that line, what an amazing drive by these two. We knew they were going to put on a show, and a show they put on.
All right.
here they go. Hayden Winter out front in the 1via. Tristan O'Leary in that red R34 as they initiate in. Right on the rumble strips is Hayden Winter, but again taking that really deep inside line, so not filling all of the first outside zone. Transitioning back, and there's Tristan O'Leary just sticking right with them, doing what he needs to do. Beautiful transition as we see them go wide. Hayden goes wide for that inside clip as they dive down to sync it up, and there it is. Whoa, almost not enough room there. Oh no! Tristan may have straightened there as he didn't give enough room to Hayden for that transition. If we go and take another look at it, look at this, right up on the rumble strip, but then again, Hayden going for that really inside line, which throws him off and doesn't fill the two zones completely. Tristan doing a great job of sticking with him, doing what he needs to do. They transition back, gets back on the door, and now there it is, a washout going too wide for that inside clip, but then sinks it in. Here's the mistake right there. Tristan thinks they're farther ahead than they are, and he has to make a huge adjustment and maybe a straighten from Tristan. Tristan already back at the line, ready to go. And same with Hayden, as we switch them around now. Who's taking that final spot in the final battle? Tristan Train O'Leary or Hayden Winter as they initiate in side by side, getting up on those rumble strips. Look at that proximity as they come down the hill. Transition back around the sweeper now. This is where a lot of drivers have touched wheels, but just barely as they grab that inside clip. They transition back bumper to bumper, and now Tristan going wide at that midway clip. But here we go, leave enough room for the transition. There they go, all the way to the end, door to door. Whoo! Tristan Train O'Leary, Hayden Winter giving us a show. Let's look at that one more time here quick as we see Tristan O'Leary coming down the straight. They both initiate at the same time and door to door right out of the gate. They come into the next two outside zones, filling them beautifully. And look at that transition just underneath the bumper of that R34 and door to door as they give a bit more space here for this transition. But then Tristan does the same mistake and goes wide on that inside clip. They bring it back around. They start really syncing it together now, and it's ready if you so choose, but I'm still gonna do it. Let's see if we can time it. 3, 2, 1, send it for the final time here at the Bushido Style Drift Championships. Round 5 at the Suzuka International Course as Hayden Winter sends it in, missing out on that rumble strip though as they come down. And look at the proximity from Alexander as they transition in. Oh my God, look at that wheel to wheel as they come around that sweeper, grabbing that inside clip and transitioning one more time, leaving it a bit of room. Oh, a little wide goes Hayden Winter as he has been all day around that inside clip. Picking up the third to last inside though, but that proximity from Alex is right on him the whole way around. Let's go and look at that again. One more time here. Look at this beautiful run that they laid down. Again, Hayden Winter in the lead. Doesn't quite get onto those rumble strips and takes a little more of an inside line, but Alexander takes advantage of that and gets right on him as they come around that long sweeper, wheel to wheel, door to door, transition around the halfway point now, but again, Winter goes a little wide, but stays with it and keeps with it the whole way, but Alexander is giving him no breathing room around that entire course. Alexander is here for a fight and wanting to take home the win. And Hayden Winter wanting to grab that top spot in the Drivers' Championship. As we switch them around now. Alexander Holstner in the Mustang. Hayden Winter, one more time. Let's send it as they leave the line fast and furious. getting through those gears and initiate in. Alexander Holstner out front, beautifully done up onto those rumble strips, holding that midline through. But look at Hayden. Hayden's shown he's a great chase driver, and he's showing that here today in this final battle as he is keeping an amazing proximity. A little waver there from Alexander as he gets ready to transition for that inside clip. And there's Hayden Winter getting all over the door, and a little shallow up from Alexander as they come into these last two clips, trying to drag race away from him, but Alexander is not letting that happen. Look at this replay. Watch and learn as they come in. Alexander gets nice up on the wall, gives it a little kiss as they come down the hill. They're going to transition, but Hayden Winter, an amazing chase driver, gets right up there and just keeping a nice smooth proximity, feeling out his opponent till he gets comfortable, and then bam, now he's going to strike. Gets up and close and personal, but right here Alexander starts to straighten out and lose a lot of angle, and then right there tries to run away from Hayden Winter, but Hayden Winter sees it, adjusts his angle, and chases right after him. What an amazing final battle, guys. We want to hear it in the chat. Who do you want to win? Is it Hayden Winter? Is it the newcomer Alexander Holstner, working his way up all the way from qualifying to here? Hayden Winter driving amazing out here as well.